You may recall in the life and teachings of Jesus in the last 37% of the book that Jesus met Gonad and Ganad. There was an Indian merchant and his son. And Jesus talked to him at length, and the man was so impressed that he wanted Jesus to come and be his teacher because he'd be gone for several years on this journey around the Mediterranean, sort of, on business. And so Jesus became the mentor and teacher for his son. And when they were coming down the Italian peninsula, they were up in the north of Italy, present-day Italy. I don't know if they went through Spain or not, I can't remember. But anyway, there was a tour of the Mediterranean, and they were heading toward Rome. And Jesus was very fond of talking with travelers, and he gave them words of assurance and that made them feel good and feel better, and they never knew who he was at that time. He was just before he started his development toward his ministry, on his preaching, that is, before he started preaching. And so they ran across this fellow, and Jesus looked at him, passed him by, did nothing, said nothing. And so the young man questioned him. He said, "Master, you've always stopped and talked with people, and always been interested in them, and they became interested in you. But you passed by this fellow." And Jesus said, the man was very upset, but he was more than upset. He was, I guess you'd say, he was very unfriendly. I can't remember the exact words, but he was very unfriendly and unresponsive person, bitter, angry, perhaps even dangerous, I would think. And there's no sense in talking to people like that. Essentially, that's what he said, I think. No sense in talking to him, because he can't respond. He won't respond. And so we let him be. Well, what's that say about us, How many people would he pass by? Maybe some of these lifetimers are on death row, maybe some of these people that are in solitary, and maybe some of us who are not. Who knows? Even recidivist criminals or something like that, I don't know. But it sort of indicates to me that there was something about Jesus that did not require absolutely that everybody be saved and go on in the next world to become a son of God. It's not as if people tend to think now. As far as God's concerned, people are not all precious. He would like to see them all succeed, and he would let them succeed. He would cause them to succeed. That's guaranteed. Once we are born normally, God begins acting within us in various ways, which we'll talk about later. Maybe if I get around to that. But because God does not leave us in the hole here to suffer along without being able to choose what the right way and the wrong way is, that is, according to the I am. And so that we suffer needlessly because we cannot find the I am, the meaning of the I am, the meaning and values of God's Spirit. What I've said so far doesn't indicate that he's going to help us very much. But the truth of the matter is that God does take part in our lives, every instant of our lives, as much as we let him. He doesn't force himself on us, but he wants our experience. And so he's always knocking on our door, so to speak. But if we can't hear him, don't recognize it as a knock, or maybe as a bird hitting the window or something, If we don't respond, he doesn't either. He doesn't demand that we function in his name, in his spirit. We have to choose it. So the only answer to the problem of having bad times on our planet, and that means even times of war, times of invasion, times of great killing and misery, those things can happen, but we can be not immune to them, magically immune to them, but we can be at peace with them, because he gives us our peace, just as he did John the Baptist when he was in jail before he got out to begin his baptizing. And just as people that he healed, who were in such misery, but came to recognize him, Jesus, as the essence of the I Am, that is, of the meanings and values of the I Am, it can be theirs, and that they seek them out. So if they seek them out, he can, as the miracles say, solve their problems, spiritual problems and physical problems. And as a result, they live a life where their burdens are light.